Hello everyone, my name's Nisha and I am the YogicAmnesiac. So these past few weeks, I'll say about a month, I've been playing around with RockTape, which is the Kinesiology tape, and I decided I would do a review for you guys, tell you guys about it, and whatnot. Originally I had recorded this in like parts and I was giving updates, not daily, but every couple of days. And it was going really well until I tried to put it in my computer and I realized that the video was horrendously long and it was going to be so hard to edit. So we are starting all over. I'm going to give you a really quick review. I have notes to remember what happened because luckily I did remember to write down all of the pros and cons so that I can tell you about all that stuff. And let's get through this. It should be a quick, short little video, super easy, nothing too long, I hope. So first off, RockTape is a kinesiology tape. I threw the box away already because I thought I had already recorded that part. It's long gone, so I can't show you the box. But I got one roll of tape from them. I want to say it's about 16 feet long. You get the 16 feet long roll of tape, and it's, you know, pretty thick. It looks like a really big roll of tape, but it's only 16 feet only, which, you know, seems like a lot. And it's not as much as you think it is also because of the application. You get more if you use less tape, but you should see the images of some people covered in tape on that thing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so it can be worn for up to 5 days. It's waterproof. It has a little bit more stretch than your skin naturally does. All sorts of things like that. Did I say it was waterproof? It's waterproof. You can wear it even if you're a swimmer. You probably will end up wearing it for multiple days. It's not the kind of thing you put on and then take off like 5 hours later or a couple hours later when you're done with your workout. I don't know who works out for 5 hours, but whatever. It's not the kind of thing that you'll necessarily do like that. You would wear it probably for multiple days on end, up to 5 days. Don't wear it for longer. They don't recommend you do that. Super hypoallergenic, stretchy, pretty cool. They give you a big sheet of paper that gives you all sorts of ways you can use RockTape. It shows you weird configurations where it's like all over your body. It shows you how to use it specifically for things like your Achilles tendon, shin splints, knees, IT band, shoulders, back, all sorts of things like that. It has instructions in 2 places on that sheet on both sides, and that's pretty much all it came with. So the first day, everything went well. I got it and I was like, I'm gonna try this. And everything seemed to go okay. It seemed to work, but I was a little bit skeptical. I wasn't sure what to think about it or anything like that. Finally, after that first week is when I came up with this list of pros and cons. So I'm gonna start with the pros and then move on to the cons. You'll find that some of the cons contradict the pros, but we won't address that until we get to the cons. So yeah, don't worry. So the first day, I found that it didn't seem to pull my hair. I did a little test where I put it on the back of my hand, pulled it off, not going away from the hair, but with the growth of hair so that, you know, and it wouldn't hurt, obviously. And I found that it really didn't hurt, but I literally just slapped it on and took it off, and that was that. Like I said, it's waterproof so that you can wear it in the shower. If you sweat, it won't come off. If you swim, you can use it, which is really cool, and I really like that it's waterproof and that you can wear it like that. It can be worn for multiple days, which is nice because you'll only get so many uses out of the package, obviously. So it's good to have the option to wear it for 5 days because you're only going to get so many applications out of it. Lastly, the best con, I guess, was that I could barely feel it. Oh, and I did find that it kind of worked for me, but we'll get into that in a second. But I could barely feel it on my skin. I was dancing a lot, doing some yoga, and it didn't seem to pull or do anything. You could feel it and it was there, but it was never uncomfortable and it never did anything. So I didn't mind that you could feel it being there. It was just there. You know, whatever. It wasn't bothersome. All right, let's talk about the cons. I found that after I would shower, it did not dry fast. So if you're wearing tight-fitting clothing clothing, like leggings, a lot of workout clothes, skinny jeans, it might be kind of weird, so I'd have to walk around the house either in shorts or with loose pants on or something like that to let it dry, just because it really holds on to water. But it is a fabric, so I guess you can't really expect anything else from it, but it did annoy me, so I'm considering it a con. I found that it started peeling within taking 2 showers one day, and it's supposed to be worn for 5 days, and it's supposed to be worn by people who are going to the gym and working out or swimming, doing sports. You should probably be showering at least once a day if you're doing a sports or very heavy activities like that. So your tape should probably last more than 2 showers, especially if it's supposed to be waterproof, but it started peeling on me, and that really bothered me. If your sport or your injury isn't listed on there, it's really weird to figure out how you're supposed to use it. And I even went on their website, and they just show you the exact same thing on their website to figure out how you're supposed to wear it. They're like, oh, here, it's the sheet. It's the same sheet I already got. Why am I on your website looking for the exact same information? You're not offering me anything more. So that was a really big disappointment, because while my knees do hurt and it does run down my IT band a little bit, it was weird to try to be like, well, I'm a dancer, but they don't say anything for dancers. I do yoga. They don't say anything for people who do yoga. They don't say anything about hip injuries. So I managed to kind of figure out something that does work for me and does help me out, but I was never really sure what else I could do. I found that braces eliminate pain better than RockTape does. I did like it and it did work for me, but it's the kind of thing that you have to use it preemptively as opposed to when you're already hurting. If you are hurting and you still need to work out, like I needed to dance for a few of these days here and there, I would wear the RockTape, and it did help keep my pain to a minimum and let my body kind of heal and relax while I was still doing my activities and everything. So it did help, but it's not like the immediate relief you could get from a brace or just taking painkillers even. Oh my gosh, you guys. This was one of the biggest cons for me, but like, what can you do? There is tape everywhere for me. Like, everywhere. I had it on both knees and going up the entirety of the side of my thigh. It is like everywhere. And you can see it. It's super obvious if you're wearing shorts or anything like that. You can't hide it. And for me, that was kind of uncomfortable. And I'm just going to say this. If my parents or any family members are listening to this, you probably want to plug your ears really quickly. But if you're trying to be intimate with your partner, it's kind of weird. You just don't feel like attractive, I guess, having tape all over your body. At least that's how I felt. It made me feel kind of unsightly, and it just made it feel like my injury is even more obvious than it was before, because you can't tell that I have an injury. It's kind of nice to feign that mobility, but this was kind of like, look at me. I have bad hips and knees and my legs suck. So that was kind of weird, and I really didn't like that aspect. And I wouldn't have minded it so much if I was just working out in a gym, but it's when you're trying to like be with someone or have a romantic evening or something and you have tape all over your body, I just didn't really like that. I have to say, you can't really expect your tape to hide itself. It is tape. If you had a brace, you'd see the brace, and that would be worse. So it's better in terms of looks compared to a brace, I would say, just because it's not as bulky, even though it was covering more area of my body. But, you know, and it does come in nude, but nude doesn't really match anyone's skin color except for like one person on the face of the planet. So that's not going to help either. My clothing ended up rubbing it off, which seems kind of counterproductive if you're supposed to be working out, doing sports, running, anything like that, and your clothing rubs your tape off. Come on, guys. The tape probably shouldn't be getting rubbed off just because I'm walking. And I don't do running, I don't do weightlifting, I just do yoga and dance. And I think the day that I noticed it rubbing off, I was at home all day, and I don't think I even did yoga that day. And this is one thing, because I'm sure a lot of people were like, hey, if you think it looks bad, just take it off. You said it doesn't hurt. That's a lie. It ended up hurting in the end when I tried to take it off. I took it off 24 hours and 48 hours and then like 72 hours later, about something like that. And it hurt every single time I would take it off. And they have no instructions in their packaging as to how to take off the tape. So they tell you how to put it on in 2 different ways, as well as other instructions for configurations on how to put it on your knee, IT band, but then they have extra instructions that just are like very basic guidelines in 2 places, and they offer no instructions on how to take off the tape without hurting your body. So I went to their website, looked around, did not see anything about taking off tape. I emailed them. They haven't replied, and it's been 2 weeks, so I'm not even gonna bother, because I went online and found other resources which gave really good advice as to how to take off the tape and all that kind of stuff. So if you're having trouble taking off kinesiology tape or any RockTape or kinesiology tape or anything like that, totally just look up how to take off KT tape or anything, and you will find resources out there. A lot of people say get it really wet. Some people recommended baby oil. One person suggested you put your finger down and you peel the tape off, so your finger's on top of the tape, you peel it down. I found that if I hold the tape really close to the skin, place my fingers of my other hand on the skin, and kind of like slowly pull and keep my fingers very close together, that can really, really help. Also, always pull in the direction of your hair growth, not the opposite way unless you want to wax yourself. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, go slowly. Always move slowly, and that's the biggest recommendation I found for how to take it off, is move very, very slowly. So I will say though, at the end of the day, that seems like a lot of cons, but it did help out with my pain, and it did really work, and I think it helped my body just recover easily and whatnot. So it was nice and it was useful, and it is the kind of thing that I will keep using. However, it costs $18 on Amazon for the black roll. The nude, I want to say, was a little bit less, not significantly less. I don't remember the price off the top of my head, but I can tell you for a fact that I got the black one for $18 off of Amazon. And I was like, that's a lot of money for just 16 feet. Like, I feel like you could charge $1 a foot, but I'm just getting 16 feet of tape. I got 3 applications out of the whole thing because of the size of my injury, and I was kind of bummed out. So what I did was I went out and I bought a 3-pack of Viking Gears tape for $18. So, sorry RockTape, you guys are getting kicked to the curb because Viking Gear sells the exact same product for for like a lower price, and it hurts less to take off. So that's a big relief. Still looks unsightly, but that's going to be with any KT tape you use. There's nothing any brand can do about that except for offer fun colors and all sorts of things. But Viking, they call it their battle tape. I think it's Viking spelled with a Q, but then it's also spelled with a K. I really don't understand. The box has a Q on it, their website has a K in it. I don't get it. They call it their battle tape. It looks almost exactly the same. It's a little bit softer, I found, and more malleable, I guess. And like I said, it doesn't hurt as much, and it's 1/3 the price comparatively because I'm getting 3 rolls as opposed to 1 roll. It did not come with instructions, unfortunately, but luckily I already knew from RockTape how to put it all on, and you can always do your own research if you get Viking tape. Just look up how to put on KT tape for an injury like your knee or whatever, and you'll be able to find that online. Viking tape also has nothing online, no online resources to help you put it on or take it off. However, I got a little card in my box that offers me a freebie, and I think it comes with instructions and all sorts of things and goodies. I'm not entirely sure though, I have not gotten it, but we are going to try to redeem that, see what's in it. And if you guys are curious, leave a comment down below and tell me if you want to know more about Viking tape and how I like them, because they're going to be my new tape and I'm definitely going to stick with them. So leave a comment down below if you want to hear about the goodies I get from them, the freebies, anything else you want to review about them in specific. Like this video if you enjoy seeing stuff like this, or you just enjoy seeing my face. And don't forget to subscribe. It's the best way for YouTube to let you know if I've released any new videos.